The Ford Bronco Sport looks like the perfect adventure-ready compact SUV, but this rugged exterior is hiding 7 serious problems that are going to cost you in repairs, fuel, and frustration. If you're considering buying one and want to avoid a purchase you'll regret for years, understanding these critical flaws could save you from endless dealership visits and unexpected expenses. Stay with us as we break down 7 reasons why you should not buy a Ford Bronco Sport. Number 7. Disappointing fuel economy. Ford designed the Bronco Sport as a more civilized alternative to the full-size Bronco. The reality? This crossover is burning through fuel at a rate that's going to shock you every time you pull up to the pump. The base 1.5-liter 3-cylinder is rated at 25 miles per gallon city and 28 miles per gallon highway. Honda's CR-V is delivering 28 miles per gallon city and 34 miles per gallon highway. The Toyota RAV4 and Mazda CX-50 are posting similar or better numbers. Picture your typical week covering 300 miles between errands, family visits, and daily commutes. With fuel around $4 per gallon, that extra stop at the pump each week is costing you an additional $20 to $30 monthly compared to competitors. Over a year, that's several $100s disappearing from your wallet. The 2.0-liter Turbo 4 is even worse at just 21 miles per gallon city and 26 miles per gallon highway. Most competitors are offering electrified powertrains, pushing fuel economy into the 30s and 40s combined. The Bronco Sport's thirsty engines are a constant drain on your budget, but those extra fuel costs are nothing compared to what you're going to face when things start breaking down. Number 6. Reliability issues. The most expensive mistake you can make with the Bronco Sport isn't something you're going to discover on a test drive. This vehicle is developing a reputation for reliability problems that are keeping owners up at night and emptying their bank accounts. The 8-speed automatic transmission is showing problems across multiple model years. Rough shifting, delayed engagement, and premature wear are common complaints. Some owners are reporting transmission issues appearing before their vehicles even hit 30,000 miles. When you're sitting at a stoplight and the transmission is hesitating or jerking into gear, that's not just annoying, it's a warning sign of expensive repairs ahead. The 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine brings its own set of headaches. Premature coolant leaks are occurring due to faulty cylinder head gaskets. Some owners are experiencing complete engine failures. Ford has issued technical service bulletins, but the problems are persisting year after year. Think about planning that long-awaited road trip to see family you haven't visited in years. You've packed the vehicle, mapped out your route, reserved the hotel, then 200 miles from home, the temperature gauge spikes and steam starts pouring from under the hood because of a coolant leak. Your weekend getaway turns into a tow truck ride, an emergency hotel stay, and days of waiting at an unfamiliar repair shop. That's the reality some Bronco Sport owners are facing, and it's the kind of breakdown that ruins not just trips, but your confidence in the vehicle. Electrical problems are plaguing this model as well. The infotainment system is freezing, rebooting randomly, or refusing to connect with smartphones. Some vehicles are experiencing digital instrument clusters that go completely blank while driving. These aren't minor inconveniences, they're safety concerns that are putting you and your passengers at risk. Even the 4-wheel drive system, a core feature for a vehicle marketed on adventure capability, is showing questionable reliability. Some owners are reporting that the system is failing to engage properly. Others are hearing strange noises from the transfer case. For a vehicle that's supposed to handle tough terrain, having an unreliable 4-wheel drive system is completely unacceptable. Reliability concerns are costing owners thousands in repairs, but even if your Bronco Sport manages to stay out of the shop, the cramped interior is going to punish you and your passengers on every single trip. Number 5. Tight cabin. Rear legroom is measuring just 35.6 inches. The Honda CR-V offers over 40 inches. The Toyota RAV4 provides approximately 37.8 inches. Anyone taller than average is going to spend every minute with their knees jammed against the front seat backs. Your son and daughter-in-law visit for the weekend, and you've planned a 3-hour drive to that scenic state park. Within 30 minutes, you're hearing complaints from the back seat. By hour 2, they're shifting constantly, trying to find comfort that doesn't exist. The rear seat cushion sits unusually low, forcing passengers into an awkward knees-up position. Competitors like the Subaru Forester and Mazda CX-50 provide natural seating angles. Front seat support is another problem, lacking proper side bolstering and thigh support, causing fatigue on longer trips. The tight space is bad enough, but wait until you see the cheap materials Ford is surrounding you with. Number 4. Interior quality. The exterior promised adventure. The interior delivers disappointment and cheap materials that don't match the price tag. Hard plastics dominate every surface. The dashboard, door panels, and center console feel cheap to the touch. The Bronco Sport feels more like a budget rental car than a vehicle costing well over $30,000. Every morning when you rest your arm on that hard plastic door panel, you're reminded where Ford cut costs. Multiple owners are reporting squeaks and rattles developing after just a few thousand miles. Panel gaps aren't consistent. You're driving down a smooth highway hearing creaks from the dashboard, hit a pothole, and the door panels rattle. The Mazda CX-50 features higher quality materials. The Honda CR-V's interior feels more upscale and better assembled. Even the Subaru Crosstrek is matching or exceeding the Bronco Sport's material quality. The cramped space and cheap materials are bad enough, but Ford's failure to deliver on capability promises runs even deeper. Number 3. Towing capacity. That boxy silhouette and raised ride height suggests this SUV is ready to pull your boat or camper with confidence. Ford's marketing leans heavily into that rugged image, but maximum towing capacity tops out at 2,200 pounds with the base engine. The Jeep Cherokee is rated to tow up to 4,500 pounds. The Subaru Outback handles 3,500 pounds. You've been eyeing that small fishing boat at the dealership. The boat weighs 1,400 pounds, the trailer adds 600, and with fuel and gear, you're pushing 2,100 pounds. That's dangerously close to the limit. Factor in passengers or cargo in the vehicle, and you're potentially exceeding safe capacity. What should be a relaxing lake weekend turns into constant worry about pushing your vehicle too far. Ford is selling this on adventure capability, but if that involves towing, you're facing harsh reality. The towing disappointment is frustrating, but the real problem comes when you realize Ford won't give you a decent engine unless you're willing to pay thousands extra. Number 2. Turbo 4 available in higher trims only. Most Bronco Sport models leave the factory with a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder, producing 181 horsepower and 190 pound-feet of torque. In real-world driving, you're going to feel every bit of that engine struggling. Merging onto busy highways requires planning. Passing slower traffic becomes a calculated risk. Climbing steep grades with passengers and cargo, the 3-cylinder is laboring noticeably. Ford offers a capable 2.0-liter Turbo 4, delivering 250 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. That's the engine you want, but it's reserved exclusively for top-tier trims. To access the 2.0-liter, you need the Badlands or First Edition models. Picture yourself at the dealership explaining you want the powerful engine but don't need heated leather seats or premium audio. The response is always the same. The only way to get that engine is to buy the expensive trim level. You're being forced to pay thousands extra for features you don't want just to avoid the underpowered 3-cylinder. Ford is forcing you to bundle the engine upgrade with expensive features, and when you see how fast prices climb, the value proposition completely falls apart. Number 1. Price jumps fast. Entry-level models start in the low $30,000 range, but that attractive starting price hides how quickly this Ford gets expensive. Moving to trims with the 2.0-liter engine pushes the price into the mid-30s. The Badlands trim starts around $37,000 before options. Add the advanced tech group, and you're approaching $40,000. You sit down to configure your ideal Bronco Sport. First, you need the better engine. That locks you into a $37,000 trim. Then, adaptive cruise control requires the tech package, another $1,500. Interesting paint colors? That's $500 more. Within 20 minutes, you're staring at $41,000. You expected to spend around $33,000, and now you're looking at nearly $8,000 more. By the time you've built a Bronco Sport with features most buyers need, you're competing with mid-size SUVs or entry-level luxury crossovers. At that price point, the Jeep Grand Cherokee or Mazda CX-50 Turbo offer better interiors, more space, and superior capability. You're paying premium money for cheap materials, cramped seats, questionable reliability, and poor fuel economy. The Ford Bronco Sport's rugged styling promises adventure, but the 7 critical problems we've uncovered reveal something completely different. Poor fuel economy drains hundreds extra annually, while reliability issues turn ownership into constant anxiety about the next breakdown. The cramped cabin with cheap materials reminds you daily where Ford cut corners. Limited towing contradicts the adventure marketing, and locking the adequate engine behind expensive trims forces you to pay thousands for unwanted features. When you total the rapidly escalating prices, disappointing quality, and serious reliability concerns, the Bronco Sport becomes impossible to justify, especially when competitors deliver better value, superior materials, more space, and genuine peace of mind at similar or lower prices. Still, don't think that the rivals are without flaws. If you've been considering the new Subaru Forester because of its adventurous spirit and practical design, you definitely want to check our video about the reasons not to buy it. Underwhelming powertrain, poor sound insulation, and that noisy CVT are just some of the potential deal breakers.